Game number 2 here of this best of 5. It is the finals of the April Go for SC2. A share of €450 on the line. And spawning down in the lower left hand position, we've got the orange Zerg. He plays for AT Gaming. He's looking to level out this series. It's Elazer. And his opponent, to the top right, the red Zerg, playing for Roccat. 1-0 up in this best of 5. Can he take this game and put his opponent on match point? We've got HyuN. HyuN, an insanely good Zerg player. Like, ridiculously good. Spectacularly good. I can't really think of any more ways to describe him. But he's pretty solid. Currently, I'm trying to work out what his WCS rank is at the moment. I'm sure this should be shown somewhere. Somewhere it should be. I'm pretty sure. Who knows? I don't know why I can't find this. Basically, somewhere he's there. But anyway, the point is, HyuN is a good player. He won WCS America, I think. He did at some point. Still, incredibly good. Won in total nearly $150,000 in prize money alone. Ridiculously good player. Elazer, though, he's going to be facing up against a bit of early aggression. This is a very early spawning pool from our buddy HyuN here. Kind of glazed over it because I was talking about earnings and stuff like that. Luckily for Elazer, he didn't open hatch first. Unluckily for Elazer, HyuN is ridiculously good at early game cheeses in Zerg versus Zerg. Forward they go, bounding, leaping. This Overlord's just like, oh god, oh god, oh god. This is bad. Cancels the extractor just to squeeze out a couple more Zerglings. Still they're coming. 10 already. Gonna go up to 12. 12lings currently battling against 0. None. Not a singular one. Although there are some on the way. And they can't come fast enough for Elazer. His natural hatch. That's got to be cancelled. But by these Zerglings attacking that natural, it's buying a bit of time. But Elazer doesn't want to lose it. He needs to keep that up. But already we're seeing a little bit of this micro come down from our talented Zerg here. Fighting this choke, a few drones being pulled, trying to duke it out. Little bits of subtle micro just pulling back some of his Zerglings to try and get the better attack arc. More reinforcements coming through, more Zerglings being produced by Elazer. He's losing a couple of drones already. 3 have been killed. HyuN up now by 2 workers despite this aggressive opening. But the aggressive opening should now have come to an end. And Elazer has his natural base up. It's there, it exists. You can't deny it. And that is a big win for him. Because while he's down by 2 workers, he has access to far more lava. Just getting the second inject alone is another 4 lava every 40 seconds. That's huge. And if Elazer can utilize that well, HyuN is in a really tough spot here. Waiting. Still checking to see what both of these two do. Worth noting behind this, HyuN does not have an additional... doesn't have any gas, doesn't have speed on the way. His natural base is only half done. Elazer does still have the Zergling advantage. He's adding in a lot more drones. He's also gasless right now. Just probably going to be adding in those gas shortly. Quick little check round now by HyuN. Keeping a close eye on anything that he can. And these two just being very, very cautious for now. HyuN definitely at a disadvantage currently. Although not by as much as, in theory, he should be actually, which is quite surprising. Considering Elazer should be injecting from 2 hatches simultaneously, HyuN is managing to stay pretty level in that overall drone count. Admittedly, 2 have gone down in those gases there. A 3rd one into that spine, which is something that HyuN hasn't had to invest in. But still, this is a good spot for Elazer. Elazer up by a couple of workers. Chat has actually just told me that HyuN is currently ranked number 2 in WCS 2014. So he's got a good chance of going to BlizzCon. 3 queens now in position here for HyuN. Acts as like a wall off between obviously this hatch and the main ramp, which is really nice. Prevents the scout coming down. All 4 gases being taken by HyuN immediately. That is a very big commitment. Elazer now pulling ahead a little bit in the drone count, although HyuN going to level that out pretty damn quick. All looking nice. And this is now turning into a relatively even game. The biggest difference is just the amount of gas Elazer's ahead. He's also up by a worker. And when HyuN transfers to all 4 drones, or 3 drones in all 4 gas, he will take a mineral income hit, although not too great, only about 6 drones less on minerals. Now this is another big step for Elazer, taking his 3rd hatchery, and what this gives him the ability to do is just continue to outproduce and outmine his opponent. HyuN wants to try and take his 3rd, but he just doesn't have the money to do it at the moment. Look at his resources, they're pretty low, and they're in a tough spot. Elazer's also sitting here with a Zergling, just keeping a lot of information about what's going on, and how and when HyuN decides to take that 3rd base. If he doesn't see that 3rd base relatively soon, alarm bells should really start ringing. Elazer just checking the front repeatedly, sees the Rotron, sees the double evolution chambers, knows this could be some kind of 1-1 timing, but again, Elazer here, he's ahead. He's sitting with his +1 missile attack, up by around 40 seconds. That's a big lead. 40 seconds is something you can definitely try and utilize an advantage to. His 3rd is finished, and is already mining before HyuN's even started his. And a further delay added thanks to this Zergling doing a lot of damage, or not a lot of damage, just doing a lot to delay. Again, blocking here. 2 queens coming over, but even just this small delay, it's a couple of seconds that HyuN doesn't really want to have. 1-1, obviously still coming down for both players, but Elazer already starting with quite a decent amount of roach production. Few more overlords needed, as unfortunately Elazer has got into a bit of a supply block. Roach is incredibly supply heavy, so you can easily do that, especially when you're producing roaches off of 3 injected hatcheries. Generally a good rule of thumb is for every inject you make an overlord. So if you do 3 injects, make 3 overlords minimum. If you're going roaches though, you need to go above that just to make sure you stay out of the supply block territory. HyuN, meanwhile, he is producing a lot of roaches himself, but as I'm sure you can all appreciate and all understand, if your opponent's mining off of 3 bases and has got those additional lava, they're going to be able to get more roaches than you. HyuN, he's still staying in this game though. Elazer being not too aggressive or too greedy, and HyuN's actually now taking the drone lead. But by taking the drone lead, he's fallen a bit behind in terms of the roach count. But with 2 queens, with well, they've got a lot of energy on them. That's a good number of transfuses. Transfuses plus defender's advantage should prevent Elazer being able to push in here. So HyuN doing a really nice job at the moment, making sure that he's staying level. He's going with the 2-2 upgrades, whereas Elazer just getting the +2 attack, now getting +2 carapace through. So it's only really the attack upgrade he's got as the advantage. Tunneling Claws also going to be making an appearance here on Elazer's side, whereas HyuN, he's just happily pumping a lot more roaches. 29 to 26. HyuN, level on upgrades still, slightly behind in timing of that +2, although, if I'm not mistaken, slightly less than on the +1 attack. Actually, no, slightly more, 60 seconds rather than 40. Burrow coming down from Elazer as well, so he can utilize that Tunneling Claws upgrade. Meanwhile, HyuN, just pumping a lot of roaches. This is something you see quite a lot of Zerg players do. HyuN's hit 60 drones, fully saturated minerals, and 4 gas. And just pumping roaches. Gonna max out, gonna push. Gonna wait for 2-2, potentially, and then just go and kill. Important thing he's got to do is take an Overseer with him, though. If he doesn't, Roach Speed could be a pain. Wow, this is actually a really cool move. Using Contaminate onto both evolution chambers from that Overlord, delaying the +2-2 upgrades. This could, okay, not quite, but wow. Okay, that makes it like 30 seconds difference there, and actually puts HyuN ahead in the +2 carapace. That is an amazing little move there by HyuN. He's just leveled out the upgrades pretty much. Tunneling Claws, now in position, but an Overseer is situated above this ramp, and therefore we'll be able to see if the roaches try and sneak on by. Roach count in HyuN's favour, just 53 to 52. Both players nearing maxed. However, it's a 4th coming down from Elazer that again is just continuing on the trend this game of Elazer staying a hatch up. Quick little burrow, sees a couple of units coming through. Overseer now knows they're coming. He knows that they're here. And so he's going for it already. A couple of roaches being sacrificed for the cause. More Overseers morphing. The first one coming back, but Elazer pushing through at the same time here. This concave, pretty much level, but just the push-in will allow HyuN to get a better trade. And because some of these roaches are attacking the different hatches, there wasn't much in the standing army there. HyuN, however, taking some decent damage. The natural base should be saved. The main, though, is taking the brunt of the aggression. 9 workers killed, a reburrow quick, but look at HyuN. He's up now, 57 to 38 roaches. He's pushing through. Take away the roaches that are hidden up in the main, natural, and third. Elazer really needs to be cautious now. Defender's advantage doesn't really help you if your opponent has an overwhelming force, and HyuN is feeling confident. He's got +2 carapace, which only makes a small difference, but a difference nonetheless. Elazer, with the reinforcements coming from behind, though, gets a complete surround and will be able to dismantle this force, just thanks to the incredible surface area he's dealing with. HyuN not going to get too much done. Does manage to force a cancel, potentially a kill on that third. On the fourth, I didn't get to see there. But HyuN backing away. He's taking more damage up in his main. And both players have taken some losses, although HyuN definitely came off worse in the economic losses there. He lost 700 less resources this game, but 17 drones down. HyuN sitting at 46 to 61 workers. Sorry for that hiccup. No idea where that came from. But Elazer, he's just so far ahead economically right now. He's in an amazing spot. HyuN needs some miracle holds, and he doesn't even have some tech that will allow him to do that. Nice concave here for Elazer, pushing in. He does have the superior number of roaches on the map, although I'm not sure if he does in this trade. HyuN just going to try and hug up a couple of queens there, ready to transfuse, trying to keep this force alive for as long as possible, trying to get as cost effective as possible. Elazer forced back at the moment. Still losing a bit more than HyuN overall this game. And a little bit of a misclick there. Will donate a couple more roaches to HyuN for free. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. That was a nice trade for HyuN, but look at this. The income. I don't mean to sound too negative or anything like that, but this is ridiculously good for Elazer. He's mining 700 more minerals per minute. When this fourth takes these additional gases, which it should do soon, he'll be mining an additional 200 more gas per minute. Can HyuN contend with that? Well, already we're seeing Elazer near max out. He's adding in spine crawlers. He's getting into a good turtled up position. And HyuN is still down by 13 drones. That is a lot. And it's going to be really hard for HyuN, who doesn't have a fourth base yet. Elazer just starting to get that gold mineral income as well. Again, that's another little boost on top of just the fourth on its own. Elazer learning, adapting to HyuN's tricks, going for the contaminate there on the evolution chamber. Not that it's actually researching anything, but just contaminating it. He's saying, hey, I learned this off you. Playing your own game against you. HyuN moving forward, and this is where army composition will play a bit of a part in the Hydra count. But just look at the army supplies. 10 army supply lead for Elazer. He's got defender's advantage. He's got Hydralisks out. He's got the upgrades level. And he's going for this infestation pin. Plus the fourth base, the extra production, the extra income. Elazer is just in a really nice spot. HyuN needs to keep taking great trades as he's done before. Gonna have to cancel that fourth most likely, and now the engagement comes through. Elazer in a good spot. He's got a great concave here. A couple of these queens in the back not engaging. A couple of the Hydras only just getting into the fight. Elazer taking a much better engagement here. HyuN's supply plummeting. This is looking very good for our AT player, and Elazer levels out this series to make it 1-1 after just shy of 20 minutes in map number 2.